Yesterday morning, I lost my AirPods. So it's a little dental floss kind of white container, and inside of them are two earbuds, wireless earbuds. I had gotten up and I had only kind of been moving with them for about 15 or 20 minutes, I thought. And when I came back after having left the house for a little bit, I could not find them. And I looked and I looked and I looked. And I looked in the same places 2 or 3 times, and I still couldn't find them. Finally, I had to go because I had other things that needed to be done. And it turns out that my wife found them in a place, sure enough, that I hadn't looked. But maybe you know that feeling when there's something that is important to you and you need to find it and you know you're missing it, and that's all you can think about. All you can think about is finding that thing that is lacking. The Apostle Paul, when he was writing to his friends in the city of Thessalonica, spoke about things that were lacking in their faith. Now, what sorts of things can we lack in our faith? Maybe we lack knowledge about what the Word of God is communicating to us. We know something about the Bible, but we know there's a lot in the Bible that we don't know much about. Perhaps it's understanding. We have information about the Bible, but we're not sure how all of the pieces fit together. Maybe it's trust. You know that you should be confident that the Lord has got your future in His hands, but you struggle and you're tempted to worry. Maybe it's self-discipline. You know what the Lord wants your life to look like, but very often you found yourself not following through on things that you yourself want to pursue. Maybe it's a focus on forever, that you understand that having an eternal perspective is really important to moving comfortably and confidently through life right now, but that has not been something that has been on your mind. You kind of forget about it. Maybe it's patience. Maybe you've experienced trouble and you want to have a calm attitude and an attitude that keeps God's plan in mind, but you found yourself being impatient with God's plan or being impatient with other people. So you'd admit that there are things that are lacking in your faith. So how does that make you feel? Does it make you feel like you've lost your AirPods and you can't think about anything else until you find them? Does it make you feel that there's something in my faith that is missing and I am going to work at it until that hole is filled? Paul found it important enough to say, I look forward to being there. And that gives us a sense of understanding how do we fill in those holes. Paul was looking forward to being there with his fellow Christians to fill in those things that were lacking. Christian friends can be those that God uses to fill in those areas that are lacking in our faith. Someone that you have confidence in, who has understanding in the Word of God, who has strength in the areas that you are weak. Can that person be the one who points you to the Bible verses that help you realize, oh, that's right, or that God works through those Bible verses your friend shares to strengthen you? Whatever it is, if it's going to a Christian friend, if it's going to your pastor, if it's opening up the scriptures, if it's searching online for the right Bible verses to address this particular weakness that you're struggling with, whatever it is, if you're willing to admit, yeah, there are some things lacking in my faith, then may the Lord give you the same passion we have when we lose our AirPods to figure out how those gaps, those lacks, those empty places in your own heart can be filled with God's powerful words.